So we're going to need some golf shoes for this muck. The border. Now, I have no idea what is happening over at the border. That is just absolute chaos. And, you have people like AOC and Bernie Sanders and the like. They're running around saying stupid things like, people are just worried about the browning of America. And I find this to be a non-argument on multiple levels, but my biggest non-argument for it is that if we really cared about the browning of America, then we wouldn't care about the minority babies being slaughtered in the womb through Planned Parenthood. We would just let it happen because, less minorities, better white people, all right? That's your logic train. But no, we don't think that way because we care about each and every life. We don't just care about our own. Unlike you people, you care about your status and your position instead of the actual people that live here. But I just want to know what's going on, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. You got Sleepy Joe making cackling Kamala the border czar. What the hell is happening? You got an influx of migrants, illegal immigrants just pouring into the country on record numbers. And then you got this Haitian thing happening where in less than 2 weeks, it goes from 400 Haitians to 1,400 living under a bridge. I mean, how the hell did that happen? You have Joe Biden signing that order saying that all deportations back to Haiti stops. So now what? They're just going to keep flooding in just willy-nilly because you don't want to deport them anymore? I mean, you don't want to deport anybody. Let's get it together. This is an atrocity. You have these people living in massive tent cities under a bridge. I thought you cared about the homeless population. I thought that was a part of the lefty shtick. But you're just going to let them all live under there. God only knows what's happening in those camps. God only knows what kind of crime is being committed to the young women and little girls. Because we all know how they love these coyotes and people just love raping little girls. We all know it. Where's the compassion for these little girls? There is none. There is none coming from the left. The right wants to close the border down to stop this from happening, to stop the influx of drugs, sexual assaults, all sorts of different crimes, murder. We want to stop it by closing the border. And there's no reason we can't. We have a military. And that's what the military's for. The military only has a couple of jobs. Break stuff that needs to be broken and protect the sovereignty of our nation. That's the military's job. So use them. Sleepy Joe, just call them in. Call in the Marines, call in the Army, have them secure the border from California to Texas, completely secure the border, use the Coast Guard as needed, and just close it down. You keep telling us over and over again about this pandemic. Oh, we need to mask up. It's a pandemic of the unvaccinated. We need to mask up. Got to protect the vaccinated from the unvaccinated. Well, all of these people coming are not vaccinated, nor are you vaccinating them. You're just letting them into the interior of the country. Why? So you could get your caseload numbers up? So you can have more hospitalizations for COVID? I mean, is that why? Or is it the fact that 4 out of every 5 illegal immigrants vote Democrat? Do you want to get the caseload up to make the pandemic look bad, to keep up the narrative of the scary Wu flu? Or do you want to manufacture votes? Because you're starting to lose the black vote. You're starting to lose the Latino vote. I'm sure after this Afghanistan debacle, you're probably going to lose the Muslim vote. So you got to remanufacture those votes. You got to re-bring them in, reconstitute them by giving them a pathway to citizenship. They're illegals. Joe, If they're here, it's a crime. It's not an illegal immigrant committing a crime. They've already committed the crime. We have a door. They don't want to use the door. They'd rather jump through the window. We call that breaking and entering for the regular folks. They don't want to knock. Say, may I come in, please? No, they just want to jump through the window and raid your refrigerator. So don't give me that shit. All of it's illegal. And, you got the coyotes sitting there just leaving little children. Like they just found that 6-year-old and the 2-month-old, I believe it was. I can't remember exactly the ages of these children. And you got the coyotes just leaving them there to die. Thank God for a Border Patrol agent. You know those scary whip-wielding Border Patrol agents, Joy Reid, because that's a part of their issue. Thank God for those people to actually come and save these children. Or what about those coyotes that grabbed that little kid, I think it was like 6-month-old, and threw it in the river so they could escape evasion because the Border Patrol is too busy saving a child? Or what about the dead bodies they find in the desert because of heat exhaustion? Where is the compassion? Where? What about the underage girls that get raped? Where is the compassion? There is none. Because you need to manufacture your votes or you want to keep the pandemic alive. You're trying one of two. Because at this point, your strategy makes no sense. And you got the potato brain public believing this. Believing that everything's okay. It's not okay. The Secretary of State, DHS, and the like, they can't even tell us how many illegals are in this country. They're like, well, it could be between 10 million, it could be between 24 million. Who knows? That is not really that reassuring. How do you not know nothing? And the gap between those two numbers is phenomenally large. How do you not know anything? Because you just open up the border and say, come on in. We cannot be a country if we don't have sovereignty. It's not possible. We need sovereignty. You have your open borders lunatics. The whole world should be wide open for whoever wants to go whatever way they want to go. No. Even our enemies understand the importance of the border. They have borders. I don't see any of these left-wing lunatics going to China and protesting their borders. I don't see any immigrants trying to get into China. And if we're so racist, why do they keep coming? I mean, do you potato heads out there that listen to these news media idiots and these political pundits, these idiot politicians, do you ever even think about any of this? At all? Just even a little bit? Say to yourself, well, hell, this country's so systemically racist, but, man, sure has a lot of immigrants coming there. People fighting tooth and nail. You got people falling from military aircraft fuselages to their death because they'd rather be in America than be in Afghanistan. They'd rather live under our system than under the Taliban's. Doesn't that just say anything to you? You know what? So if you really want to show your compassion and your empathy, which I don't think you have, or your charity, which I don't think you have, if you really want to show it, the best way to show it is to demand that the border be closed till we get this sorted out. Get that wall up. Stop the influx of migration. You stop that. You stop drugs. Well, you don't stop it completely because it's impossible to stop these things. You'll stop a vast majority of drugs being smuggled in. You'll stop a vast majority of these sexual assaults and murders. You'll stop the people that are dying on the journey because it's a hard, treacherous journey through 120-degree weather in Mexico to get here with minimal food and water for these families and kids. You'll stop that. So if you want the compassion that you're looking for, close the border. Demand a stop to this. This Haitian thing is out of control. The Latino is out of control. The immigration is out of control. And you know what? It's not just the Latin community. We have Asians being smuggled in. Now you're just smuggling in yourself through a military aircraft. You're just put them on from Afghanistan, put them on a plane and send them here. Send them to the neighborhoods. Tell them you're taking X amount of refugees. Well, what about the citizens of that state? Do they not get a say in how their communities are shaped? Are they not American citizens here already? You're going to tell them exactly what they're going to get? The constituents have no more choice in the matter? Our Lord Emperor Joe Biden has slammed his finger down, wrote his little thing, and said, "This is the way it's going to be, America. Deal with it." What the hell kind of republic do we have here? This is no longer a republic of laws. This is a lawless place. It's incredible. Way to go, Sleepy Joe. Way to go, Kamala Harris. Way to go, Democrat Party. Way to go, news media. Y'all are just amazing. You want to destroy America. You want to destroy the beauty of this place, and I just can't understand why. For power, which is mind-boggling, because eventually everybody on this earth is going to die. So all that accumulated power that you have means nothing in the end. You don't get to carry your wealth with you to the grave. You don't get to carry all that power. So why don't you preserve it for the next generation instead of destroy it for them? It's better to preserve than destroy, because the power that you've accumulated, you don't get to keep it. The wealth, the admiration, all this crap that you think is so important, you don't get to keep it. You will be a part of the rotting earth with the rest of us. So let's preserve it for the next generation. Like, comment, share, subscribe.